Hello everyone. We are live. I hope this is clear. The sun is sunning so much here in the UK. The sun is sunning. Hello, Helen. You found me. Thank you for coming. It's been a while. How are you? How are you? The wind is not allowing me. Thumbs up. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate. Thank you. The It's a bit windy, so I have to make sure that my tripod does not fall. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we are still enjoying summer here in the UK and we can't complain because I know it will not last long. It will not last long. Okay, I'll use my phone here too. It's been a minute. Yes, it's been a minute. Oh, uh, I was I was actually catching up on your videos. I think the last one where you talked about the cold, is it cold remedy? And there was the other one where you are doing the tutorial about braiding hair. Yeah, I watched those videos and I gave you thumb up. I say to people that you don't see my comment does not mean that I don't watch you. I watch you, but I've said it several times why I decided not to be commenting. So I'll actually know who my real family are, who my real supporter. Let me see if I can. I don't know how I'm going to support this without falling. Anyway, I'll keep. Ooh, there's the wind. The wind is so much. So let me use this phone here too. I'm just outside my house. It's very sunny here in the UK. So I don't want to let this weather pass by because it will not last long. Right, who are these people? I have people in the chat. I'm grateful, blessed, and highly favored. I don't take it for granted. Oh my goodness. You can say that again, Helen. Honestly, when I see some people bothering themselves, being so negative, being so petty to people, I'm like, they don't know what life is all about. Okay? Welcome, whoever else is out there. Diggory J. Dark says, let our homeless guy sleep it in 3 weeks ago. Took 2 pregnancy tests and I'm expecting. Praying for the same for you. Thank you. I know you support me much. Yes, I was here when you were telling us the reason. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, but I make sure all my lovely people, once your thing comes, sometimes I'll just go there and I'll watch 2 or 3 in a row. And what I don't forget is the thumb up. I don't know why people do that. Sometimes when I upload my video, the first few people that will watch it are all YouTubers. And you also see maybe about 8 of them already watched it, and you only see 1 or 2 thumb up, and they're all YouTubers. I'm like, if I tell others, because I have to remind others because they don't know. But YouTubers, you shouldn't be reminding them. They should know these things, but never mind. Yeah. What did he say? Oh, I didn't even see that, Helen. You see what I mean? When I do this live stream, I don't know where these lunatics who are not well, I don't know where they come from. They will look at somebody on the live stream, they will see your thumbnail, they will see the type of person you are, and they still have to be commenting stupid things like this. So I think Harry needs to go. I need to remove him. Okay, in fact, I need to put him on hideout, and I'll hide him from this him or her, whoever that is. I'll remove them and I'll hide them from this channel, so they will never return to this channel, because we don't want nonsense. You see, they've all gone. A minute ago there were 10 of them there. Now they've all gone. You don't know who these people are, whether they're normal human beings, whether they're robots. We don't even know. Yeah, I didn't even see that until I saw your comment, Helen. Before I now checked on what they said, I didn't even see it. Dimma, my dear, welcome. I got harassed on my own stream today. I had to put it unlisted. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how Dimma does it, because Dimma, I don't know, Helen and Dimma, are you connected to each other? Dimma is a Nigerian YouTuber who is, she does live stream, in fact, every day. And I've been replaying all of them with 2 gadgets just to support her to get to her watch hours. I don't know how she does it with these people. When you do your live stream, Dimma, do you get some of these people? Did you see what that person commented? It was even Helen that, drew my attention to that. I have to remove the person. Yeah, I have to. No problem, Dimma. That's not a problem at all. So Helen had to draw my attention to what this person wrote, and I have to remove the person. Once you come to this impromptu live stream, when I do my Sunday live streams, they don't come. But once I put this impromptu one, I normally do. I normally do on Fridays. I'm doing one today because today is bank holiday. They call it bank holiday here in the UK. So today there's no work today. We're on holiday. So I thought, let me just come out here for an hour to chat to us about something. I want to talk about health. And yeah, so I thought I'll just come out here now that the weather is good. Let me just be using this opportunity of this beautiful UK weather to be outside to talk, because by next week Monday we are entering September and we don't know what the weather will be like anymore. So we have to make the most of the weather we have now. So that's why I normally just sit out here to do the impromptu ones. Well, you didn't see the comment. Yeah, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. I don't even want to repeat what they said, but I didn't even notice it until I saw Helen's comment. I'm preparing dinner. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to waste time, but I'm going to just make it an hour so that people can replay. So after an hour, I'll end the stream, and but we can just talk generally how things are with you. And I love the comment Helen put there, that you have to be grateful. I don't know whether you were at my live stream yesterday, where we talked about some of the things happening on social media, how people must protect their sanity, their mental health, and how people should mind what they bring out on social media. And if people bring things out on social media, people should be kind, because you don't even know the state of mind they were in. Because anybody with their right state of mind will not bring out what that YouTuber brought out and did a series, part 1, part 2, part 200. Anybody in their right state of mind. I'm not saying that she's mad, but I'm saying that she's maybe not be mentally okay at the time based on what she's going through. That's what I mean. And then people coming to rubbish her husband, say all sorts of things. I was saying to them yesterday that it wasn't good, because yes, what she brought out there was disgusting. It's not supposed to come on social media. And I was saying yesterday how marriage, how husband and wife should actually be what the Bible says, which is being one. And anything you do or say about your spouse, you are actually saying to yourself, because the two have become one. If we understand what marriage is all about, we'll know that the two have become one. So anybody that is maltreating his wife or vice versa don't really love themselves, because you should be treating your spouse as you treat yourself, because both of you are one, if we really understand what the Bible says about marriage. Anyway, that was about yesterday. But today, what I want us to really talk about is the way people eat and drink. And I'm not talking about overeating or anything like that. And I'm not talking about weight loss or anything like that, because if people know me on this channel, I don't saying anything you say to your spouse, you are also, yeah. So when I see people say, you stupid woman, or that stupid man, you are saying that you're stupid because both of you are one. I laugh when people say that. And yesterday I also mentioned, when people use the word cheat, that there's nothing like cheating in marriage. Cheating is like you go there, somebody cheated you and took some of your money, or this is supposed to be this amount, and they cheated you and they gave you the wrong amount or whatever. That is cheating. But in marriage, people must stop using this cheating, because it makes it so simple. It makes it so easy. In marriage, it is called infidelity. It is called adultery. Let us call it what it is, you know? Wow. Thank you, Afterlife Studios. You see, people drop comment that will make you, you know, that is helpful. Look at that comment. As opposed to what the other person dropped. You saw a grown woman, an older woman like me, a grandmother, and you see me come on live stream and you saw my topic, and I'm here to talk to us about our general health, because the way I'm living my life, the way I'm looking after myself with the help of God as well, obviously, I'm benefiting from my older age. And I want to come out here and share with people some of these things, and somebody will come and be commenting something horrible. So, but this person, this Afterlife Studios, thank you for that lovely comment. I don't know who you are. I don't even know whether you're connected to me, or whether you're a YouTuber or just a supporter. But thank you, and I hope you have given me a thumb up. I hope you have given me a thumb up on this live stream, and thank you for that beautiful comment. That's what we need. We don't need, if people are mentally not okay, they should keep it to themselves and seek help. Seek appropriate help where they should get the help, and not come on social media and be saying horrible things to people. And when people chose to come and say horrible things about their family, about their spouse, people then think they have an opinion. People think they have an opinion. They can just start talking. They're not even there. Somebody brought something on social media. You don't even know. They don't even know 1/10 of it. They only brought something out, and you think, because based on what they brought out, that you know them so well, to be commenting and to be attacking the person's husband and stuff like that. Even in as much as it's not good for people to come online, I said it yesterday, that online are not your family, they're not your friend. People are here to catch cruise, as they call it. They're here to, some of them are depressed, some of them are lonely. They come on social media to just have a laugh. And you're bringing out your delicate, very sensitive family situation to online. Do you think they care? That was what I was saying yesterday. They don't care. And people must be very kind with their words, because yes, they brought those things out that they shouldn't bring, but at the same time, you don't know the situation of their mental health at the time they did it. So there's no point in attacking them in that way and making their situation worse. That's what we were talking about yesterday, maintaining your sanity. I'll have a video coming up maybe tomorrow or next, talking about peace, the peace of mind. I've been in this life for long, to understand that there's nothing that passes peace. When you have peace at home, you have peace. If you're married, have peace with your husband, have a laugh, joke. Anything should not be taken seriously. And I also mentioned yesterday that one or two people I've dealt with over the years, most of the time what causes problem is the choice of word, the way we talk to each other as spouses. And I said yesterday about when somebody offend you, or your spouse, or even somebody else, Stop using the word you. You always do this. You always do that. No, change it, because sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it. Why not start by saying, oh, I don't really appreciate how this is done. I don't really appreciate how this was put in that corner. I normally put it there. I don't really appreciate how everything is always scattered after I've put it in this particular place. I don't really appreciate. It's better than saying you always put that thing there. When I do this, you always scatter it. You see, when you use that kind of word, the person becomes defensive, and the next thing is that the person will react. They're not going to respond when you start accusing somebody that you always do this. So that's something to learn, even as a couple. Stop telling each other you always do this. Start by saying I don't really appreciate this and this and that. That way, the person can now respond instead of reacting. Choice of word is very important, even on this social media as well. The way we talk to people, the way we say things, we have to be very careful. You don't know where people are. So I'll be looking on my phone here to see comments. Yes, peace of mind can never be underrated. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When you have peace, and I'm not talking about peace as in, oh, I have, because people think that you only have peace when you have loads of money. No amount of money will make you to have peace. Go and look at all those people you think that they're millionaires. Some of them don't have peace. Money does not create peace. Some people may not have much. They may just have enough, but they're peaceful. You see them, they're glowing. People will be wondering, what actually are you sure you're this age you say that you are? How come you're like this? You're so peaceful. You are aging backwards. You're this, you're that. What's happening? So you can tell the person, I have peace of mind. And that does not mean that I don't have any worries or any need. Of course I do. Everybody who is alive has some needs one way or the other. But how you handle it, how you handle things makes a lot of difference. What did Helen say? Money can never buy. No! But people don't understand it. They're always rushing around, doing this, come to this UK. People are doing 3 jobs. They think that why are they doing 3 jobs? Because they need money. And they think that money will give them peace. But that money that they're pursuing everywhere is actually causing problems in their families. Relationships are breaking down. Couples are shouting at each other in front of their children because they don't have peace, because they're running around looking for money, and because they don't have rest. They have to shout, they tend to shout at each other, and they don't have peace. You see somebody aging so badly because there's no peace. There's no unhappiness in their lives. And they just wonder what is wrong with this person. Sometimes people even go to hospital. There's no medical reason why they are looking the way they are looking. There's no medical reason why they're having constant headaches. There's no medical reason why they're always having stomach ache. They're having stomach disruptions and all the rest of it. There's no medical reason for that. It's just because they do not have peace. They are restless. They are looking for the next person to attack. So today, what I want us to talk about is, as my title say, how the way we eat and the way we drink, how they actually impact on our health. Yeah, as I said, I'll be looking at this, so don't think I'm not looking at you, but I'm looking at the phone so that it's easier for me to read from this phone. So the first thing, and each time I see this online, when people are eating, each time I see this, I'm like, where I am shouting, stop doing that. This is not good for you. That is, when people are eating, they are, one, rushing the food, maybe because they need to go quickly and do something else. They are not chewing the food properly. And that brings me to things like spaghetti, noodles, Indomie. They are the worst ones because people just put them in their mouth and you'll be watching them, and they swallowed it. They have not chewed it. And if you have not chewed your food properly, digestion is a problem. And food like Indomie, spaghetti, and noodles are even worse because they're quite slimy and people just swallow them without chewing them properly. And research shows that it takes Indomie up to 24 hours to digest. So, even whether you chew it or not, so never mind when you have not chewed it. That's why I say to people, cut down on Indomie. Instant noodles, cut down on those things. They're loaded with sugar, they're loaded with salt, which is high in sodium, and people don't chew them properly. And they give it to their children a lot. And these children are very young. They don't chew them. If you watch those children, they swallow the Indomie. Adults even swallow the Indomie. I watch, because this is my health channel. I'm wearing two hats. One is the family hat, the other one is the health hat. That's why I have to separate my channels, because these two areas are high in my priority in life. If you remember when I started my Ifechi family, I was doing both the health things and everything there until somebody said to me, Mom Ifechi, it would be better for you to see if you can separate them. I'm like, yeah, I asked Daddy. Daddy said, yes, a good idea. So as anybody that wants to know anything about health, what I've said about health can go to my health channel, and about family, relationship, marriage can go to my family channel. So, and it's been working quite well that way, and how did you say you're doing well, my thank you for always sharing beneficial information to us. A young mother learning. Oh, thank you. Things like this makes me actually fulfilled on this YouTube, because I've said it several times. And that doesn't mean that if you want to gift me, you won't gift me. I've said it several times. I'm not on YouTube for money. Honestly, and that is not because I have all the money in the world. No, but that's not my priority to be on YouTube. My priority is to affect lives. I have a video coming about legacy. What legacy are we leaving behind? These comments you just made now, what Dima said and what Helen said and what other person said before, that is all that keeps me going. That is all that I look at. I'm like, yes. And I'll speak to Daddy. Daddy will say, yes, you have a community there. I see how much sometimes they'll call you and I hear you talking to them. You give them time, because even though I'm still working, but I'm some sort of semi-retired. I only have a couple of years now, 2 years to retirement. So he said, this is your, how did he say it? This is your, can't remember the word he normally uses when I talk about YouTube. He said, when I listen to people, when they call you, the way you give them time, if they are crying, I know I can see how you say to them, how you console them and stuff like that. And anything anybody discusses with me or, tells me in confidence remains there. It's only Daddy that will hear it, because both of us are one. We are one. Anything that I know, he knows. Anything that I have, he knows, and vice versa. So I'll share it with him. Sometimes he'll give me his own ideas, how to deal with it, what to say, and we pray about it together. And that is how we roll. And 40-something years on in marriage, we are still like we are just starting. Like when we are now, like when we started just two of us. Then we raised up 4 children, 3 of whom are now married. Some of them now have children, so we also have grandchildren. And now they've all gone. It's just 2 of us. If we want to cook, we cook. If we don't want to cook, we go out there and treat ourselves to something that we want to eat. When they will come, they will say, oh, Mom, Dad, we're coming this weekend or whatever. We look forward to that. And I know what they all want. I know that one that always loves my jollof rice. And I know one that always loves my geese dodo. One that always said, oh, Mom, I need you to make chin chin. And I said to them, you people know I don't make these things anymore because I know they're not healthy. They say, yeah, it's only when we come that we have it, and we only like your own. And I'll prepare it. And that's the joy. You do those things, and then They go, and until they come again. So how you started, just two of you, is how you're going to end. So if two of you are not getting on, when those children are grown and gone, because believe me, they grow so quick. Then, you see that your baby there that you had the other day, before you know it, that baby will turn 1. And as soon as that baby hits 2, 3, and starts going to nursery, the next thing is primary. They'll enter high school. You'll be wondering, where? I remember my last one is now 30. And to me, he was born the other day. I always say that, where has the time gone? I can just remember when I had him the other day, and the other day it was 30 years ago. He's my youngest. So time flies. And then you can be in a home, you are married to somebody and you are not at peace. And when you look into what is actually causing this problem, it's one or two things: money, or they are cheating. And I've told people to stop that word cheating in marriage. There's nothing like cheating in marriage. It's adultery, it's infidelity. And the Bible says that every other sin that we commit is outside the body. But that particular sin of infidelity is within the body, and it's terrible. So people don't take it lightly. But unfortunately, these days people take these things lightly because they think, oh, it's only sex, it's only this. Nonsense. Okay, you see? You see? I'm sure Dima is not even up to that age herself. Yes. Yes, my youngest is 30. Yeah. So you see? Yeah. So I'm not a young person, but I love to feel and act young. People say that to me a lot when I go out, and the way I smile and the way I mingle with young people don't believe my age. They say that I don't even, one, that I don't look it, two, that I don't act it. I say, why will I act my age when I have all you young people around me? When I have all you young people around me, you want me to act old? No, now. Old age, run away. We are all mingling, So life can be enjoyed, but some people are making it so complicated. Some of these people on YouTube, I don't know where they sleep. All they do is to wait for the next thing that they will say to somebody, or the next thing they will do to somebody, or the next video they will upload to abuse somebody and do this and do that. Why? Yeah? Yes, God's grace is so sufficient. I'm such a, and anybody seeing me laughing all the time and always talking about positive things will think that, oh my God, this woman don't have any problem. Who is alive and breathing that does not have problem? Who? If anybody tells you that they don't have problem, the person is the biggest liar in this world. Everybody has problem, but you don't carry your problem in your face. You don't walk around with it, because it cannot solve it by being like that. If you have problem, find a way, find a solution. Do the possible and leave the impossible with God. I always preach that. All we have to do as human beings is to do the possible. And what are the possibles? Possibles are, you're an adult, you should be working and earning some money. If you have ill health, you have to go to the hospital and get it treated. Or even to avoid that ill health, watch what you eat. Avoid all this too much eating, and especially carbohydrates. Our African food is loaded with carbs. Stop all those carbs. Eat them to a minimum. That is the possible we are doing. After you've done all that, and you still become unwell, like what Faith taught last year, but God's grace, as you said, is sufficient and always sufficient for us. God took care of everything, because God saw that we have always done the possible, and that we left the impossible with him, and he dealt with impossible for us last year, and he's been doing it going forward. But what we must not fail to do is to do our own bit. We must not fail to do our own bit. None of this, God is in control. It's not my portion. Really? Whose portion is it? When you are not doing anything to help yourself, anywhere food passes, you are there. Why must an adult eat 3 times a day? Why? When you wake up in the morning, have a cup of tea or coffee or whatever, have piece of fruit and get on with your business. Later on in the day, have your main meal for the day. And towards evening, have around something very light if you must. Maybe yogurt or something very light in the evening, or soup or pepper soup or whatever. But none of these people swallowing fufu at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. And then you tell me that when ill health comes, you say that God forbid, that is not your portion. Really? When you have not done the possible to allow God to do the impossible. So I've talked about this Indomie and the fact that we must be chewing our foods properly. Chew your food properly. There's no running. There's no rushing. I know with fufu, we don't chew it, we swallow it, and then it digests in our stomach. But other things that we have to eat, and especially these noodles and Indomies, please cut down on them. They don't digest. Indomie does not digest for 24 hours. And you're feeding this to your children. You wonder why children, younger people, are now suffering some of the things that older people don't even suffer. Young people are suffering that because of the way we are feeding them. When you start early to give your children water instead of all this Coke, Fanta, empty carbs, that's what they are. Empty carbs. There's nothing in them at all. When you start early to give them these things, they're used to it. It's not good for their teeth. It's not good for their whole body. But when you bring them up with drinking water and only have these drinks or juice or whatever as a treat, once in a while as a treat, they look forward to it. And that is the best way to bring them up. And they will grow up like that. But when you are the kind of parent that's always giving your children fizzy drinks, you think you're looking after them. No. If you keep doing that at a younger age, they will get used to it. And it's not good for them growing up. So start early to cut down some of these things, and your children will not know the difference. This is what they are used to. But when they are used to rubbish from the beginning, it's difficult for them to swap. So I've talked about chewing when you're eating and the type of food we eat. Let us not concentrate on carbs. And if you must eat carbs, eat very small quantity and use vegetable. Put a lot of vegetable in your soup or whatever, or side dish vegetable, and eat it with it, so that you can cut down the carb, which raises your insulin. A lot of people are being diagnosed with diabetes now. A lot of people are even walking around with diabetes and they don't know because they have not checked themselves out. So chew your food properly, cut down on carbs, and stop overhydrating. When you're eating, if possible, just keep little water nearby in case you choke a little bit and you need to drink. Otherwise, do not drink as you are eating. I see some people, they put juice. Oh my God, it makes me cringe. They put juice in the corner. When they eat 2 spoons of rice, carb, they drink juice. They eat another few spoons, they will drink juice. Hey, when they are doing this, and these juice are very cold, what are you doing to yourself? It's bad enough that you're eating rice that is loaded with carb, and then you're drinking juice in between. That food cannot digest properly. It cannot digest properly. So the best way to eat, if you can, and if you get used to it, you won't even, it becomes second nature. I've been practicing this for years, and it's just my nature now to just eat until I finish eating, and about 15 minutes after eating, sometimes even 30 minutes before I now drink. And what I drink is either green tea or warm water, never cold, because that cold water makes the fat in the food you ate, or even the food, to solidify. It does not digest properly. Oh, thank you for the information. You see, I have all these lovely people coming to my live stream today. These are the type of people I want to see when somebody is talking sense and the person is an older person. You give some respect and pay some attention to understand what the person is saying, not that like the last person that came and types nonsense here. Thank you so much, side quest. Thank you. He says, thank you for the information. Thank you, my dear, for listening. You know, so let's watch how we drink. If you can, even if it's water, don't drink in between your meals. Finish your meals first. Let it relax a little bit and drink warm water. Even in a hot country, even when I travel to Nigeria, which I am in UK now, but I'm from Nigeria. Even when I travel to Nigeria, people wonder. I never drink anything out of the fridge. I drink the water as it is with the room temperature because I know the benefit for my health. Then you see these people drinking in between meals is chilled, either chilled water or chilled juice. They're drinking as they have few spoons of rice or swallow, they're drinking. No, it is not good because it will dilute the the stomach acid you have and the digestive enzymes, and then it will slow your digestion by drinking like that. Sometimes we don't know these things. That's why, from time to time, we just have to bring these things out to see if people can understand. This is so insightful. More blessings. Thank you, my dear. That is what makes my day. And that is why I'm still on YouTube. Because how can somebody be on YouTube for 1 year? They pay you, you see payment twice for the whole year or 3 times. But I still have somebody that does my editing and does my thumbnail. I don't do them. I pay the person to do it because I know why I'm on YouTube. It's not because of their money. The money is good because I have charity. We have charities. We have orphans that we train back in Nigeria. So the money will come in handy if it comes. I'm not, against having money on YouTube, but that's not my aim. To be here is for something like this, for such comments to say that this is insightful, this is beneficial. And somebody told me sometime that since they started watching my channel, that they have actually, a lot of things have changed in their lives. Oh my goodness, that makes my day. That actually makes my day when people say things like that. I just did something down just for me not to forget. Yeah, for example, people drinking juice. I've never, people do smoothies in their homes. You use orange, watermelon, apple, whatever you use for the juice. You will now juice the whole thing and then throw the fiber away. I don't believe in that kind of juice, I don't juice in this house. I blend everything and make it like a juice, but everything is there. The roughage and the fiber, they're all there. I can make it a little bit lighter so it's not too thick, but nothing like juicing. I don't juice anything because once you juice anything and you throw away the chaff, which is the fiber, then the juice that comes from any fruit, even if it's a natural fruit, when you concentrate it only on juice, it can raise your blood sugar. It can become insulin sensitive because you are just taking the juice and you've thrown away the chaff. Why would people even do that? What is that idea of juicing? I take everything. I never juice in this house. I take everything. Yeah, because once you juice them, they become high in sugar and there's little or no fiber left. So why? And actually, at that stage, they now become also empty calories because you have juiced out the juice on your drinking and you've thrown away the main thing, which is the fiber. So if possible, when you do your juice, do everything. Drink everything, join. That's the best way to benefit your health. Honestly, that's the best way to benefit your health. And be well hydrated. but avoid hydrating in between meals for the reasons I've given. It will slow your digestion, it will dilute your acid, stomach acid, and stuff like that, and the food will not digest properly. There's lots of stomach issues, colon cancers, stomach cancers. What's causing all these things? I'm in the health field, so I know that some of these things are on the increase. And there's no other cause apart from the way we eat and what we eat. Not just what we eat, but the way we eat them. For example, this idea of drinking when you're eating. I just watch some people just have 2 spoons, they gulp down some juice. Another few spoons, they gulp down another some juice. I'm like, hey, oh my goodness. I just feel bad watching people doing this because they don't know, they're ignorant. They didn't know that that's actually not good. But when we bring health awareness like this, either by live stream like this or in my videos, some people won't watch. What they watch is saga. You go to people that are doing saga, you come and see views because that's what people want to listen to. That's what people want to hear. Nobody wants to hear about their health. Nobody wants to hear how their family will be in order. And it's a worry, it's a concern because things are getting worse. The time I raised my children and now, and I'm raising them here in the UK, things have changed a lot in this UK from the time I raised them to now. As I say, my youngest is 30, so it's not as if that they are too old, but things have changed a lot. So we just have to educate ourselves, and if we have young children, it becomes even more of an issue that you really need to be intentional about raising these children up, because whatever you reap, you are going to sow. Whatever you sow, you're going to reap. Yes, you cannot sow bad seed on your children and expect them to be lovely children growing up. No, it doesn't happen. This is the time to start. If you have young family, start feeding them well, start guiding them well, start showing them good examples. That's why my heart bleeds for some of these people on YouTube who have young children and they are behaving badly and they are spreading their dirty linen in public. They forget that internet does not hide. Even if you delete your video, other people have it. Your face is on other people's thumbnails, and your children will see these things. Especially now that some of these parents give their children. So let me just make sure I'm not missing any comment. Give their children gadgets at very young age. They give their children gadgets at very young age. They can start watching these things. And where do you draw the line? Who do you blame? But yourself. But by that time, it's too late. Because out of anger or out of I'll get back on you, people are coming in public to share their family situation. Who are you sharing them to? Nobody cares. They just want to catch cruise. They don't care. And they'll be urging you on. Hey, this. You go on comment section, you see people urging people on because they just want to cure their depression. They just want something that will make them laugh. Meanwhile, their own situation is even worse than what you are sharing. Yes, some of them, their own situation is worse than what you are sharing, but they want to laugh and make fun with your own because you chose to come out on social media to spread your dirty linen in public. So we must watch. It's not all the time that you have to finish the food in your plate. And why will you even dish more than you can finish? So portion control is another thing. You may think that, oh, I'm so hungry. Wait until you start eating and start eating it gently, gradually. You will notice that before long, you are actually okay. But if you had put more in the plate, you still want to go ahead and finish everything because it's in front of you there you want to eat. So the best thing is to dish small food for yourself. Portion control, very important. Portion control is very important. So what is the time now? Okay, I have about 15 minutes to 1 hour. I'll just be an hour for this live stream so that people can replay if they want. But today is just a quick general health update. The way we eat, the way we drink, the implications of how we eat. And as I say, people are doing this thing they don't know. Yes, seriously, they don't know. It's only when you say it to some people, they're like, oh, wow. We visited somebody last weekend and they served us food and we are eating. They were eating, they have water and the malt and some juice on the table. And they were watching both of us. We were eating slowly and we did not touch the water or the drink until we finished eating. Meanwhile, they were also drinking in between. I didn't want to say anything to them. I just want to see if they will observe. And they observed and said something. And then there was an opportunity, because sometimes I don't like to jump into telling people what to do. At the end of the day, we are all adults, but you just have to find a way of saying it so that people don't get offended. I don't like offending people unnecessarily. So I have to say to them, yes, this is what we do, and we learn. After we haven't been doing this for all our lives. We learned it as we go along in life, and as we get along in life, and then I said to them, this is what we do, and this is why we do it. But we always have a little water nearby in case, sometimes you might be eating and you get choked a little bit. So if you do, you can just have a sip to calm yourself down. That's the only reason why we have any water around us when we're eating, just in case. And it has to be warm water, just in case. You can just use it to have a sip and continue eating. But if nothing chokes you during the time you're eating, finish your food. Eat it slowly. Finish it. I know sometimes we're in a hurry because we have other things to do. But don't be hurried with your food. That time you eat is the part of your self-care. It's part of your self-care. This time I'm eating. If my phone starts ringing when I'm eating, I don't answer it. Yes, I don't answer. I don't even look to know who is calling. We'll continue eating our food. When we finish, when I'm resting before I now drink, I can look at my phone and say, oh, somebody called when we are eating. Who is that? And I'll look, and then I can return the call. And I'll say to the person, sorry, I didn't pick your call because we were eating at the time you called. Yes. Again, I don't have to explain that to that person, but I have to say it so that the person will understand. Sometimes you just use certain ways to advise people without making it obvious. I say, yeah, I didn't answer the phone when you called because the phone, we are eating. So we just finished eating and I'm returning your call. You see? So again, that person might think, oh, okay. Maybe it's not something they do themselves. Why will you in the middle, unless it's emergency, why will you in the middle of your food, you're answering phone? Yes, yeah. What? Your food time, the time you're eating, should be part of your care, caring for yourself, self-care. This our body, we need to respect our bodies in various ways, not just rubbing foundation in our faces. We have to do other things. Look after our inside, not just the outside. Yeah. Yes, I rubbed a little bit of foundation this afternoon and rubbed my lippy because I can't go out without having my lipstick on. Even if I'm going to the corner shop down the road, I have to have my lippy on. I have to be presentable. Yes, it's part of self-care, and it helps you to feel better within yourself. No jaga anyhow. People just dress anyhow, or because you are at home, you're not going anywhere, you just dress anyhow. No, Make yourself presentable at all times. It makes you even feel better in yourself. Oh my God. Yeah, I have a few people there in the background. Have you all given me a thumb up? I'll take it that you're at the background listening and taking in what I'm saying. That's fantastic. But my thumb up has not increased. Why now? It doesn't cost you anything. Double tap. If you're using your phone, double tap on the screen and give the live stream a thumb up. That's not too much to ask, is it? Yeah? Double tap. There's a few people there. Double tap on your screen on your phone to give the live stream a like. Doesn't cost you anything. Okay. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say today. How the way we eat and the way we drink, how they impact our health, and that we have to have a rethink. We have to pamper ourselves, and you have to pamper yourself from inside, not just outside. Not buying all these expensive creams to rub on your face and your bodies and stuff like that. No, no, no. Start from inside. Start from the unknown to the known. The unknown is your inside, because you don't know what is happening there. The only way you know what is happening inside your body is what you put in there. If you're always putting junk food there, every day or every other day, you're ordering food, take away. Take away is not the right food to eat, because the way they are processed. Once in a while, if you want to have a treat, yes, take away, of course, but not something you have to be doing regularly. So if you're the type that is having takeaway almost every day, then you're not looking after your inside. So there's no way anything can radiate outside. No matter the amount of cream you spend your money buying, wasting your money. Instead of wasting your money buying those expensive creams with all additives and anything they've added to those creams that you're rubbing on your body, use that money to buy proper food, healthy food, and feed your system with. Feed your organs with healthy food. Be well hydrated. I think the recommendation for a daily, the recommendation is about 8 glasses of water. I exceed that. In fact, my minimum is about 10 glasses of water every day. That's my minimum. And I start early in the morning on an empty stomach to drink the warm water I took to bed the night before. I fill my flask and I keep it beside my bed. On getting up, I'll start drinking my water. By that time, it's warm. It's no more hot. It's warm. I'll start drinking it beside my bed as I'm getting myself up. As I'm having my quiet time, I'm having that water. So that flask contains 2 glasses. So on getting up in the morning, I've already had my 2 glasses in before I even get out of bed. So when you have that kind of routine, it helps you. It helps with your skin. My skin, for my age, people have said, and I don't even care what people say, but I know, because I feel it myself. It does not feel as old as I am, because I'm always well hydrated. And the hydration is not juice. It's not all this colored sugar in the name of juice and other drinks. No, it's not those. It's pure water, plain water, green tea. And once in a while, as a treat, I'll have juice. Of course, I won't tell you that I don't at all. No, but not everyday thing. In fact, a week may go, I don't even have any juice for a whole week. Yes. Sometimes in a month, I only have juice once. And it's not something I crave, because I've trained my body not to crave things like that. Because I know that they are empty carbs. All they do is just sweet, taste good. But after tasting good, what next? Nothing. Empty carbs. All they will do is to increase your blood sugar. A lot of people have high blood sugar walking around and they don't know it, because of the type of food and drink that they have. So have a treat when you need to have a treat. But please, let us stop abusing our body. But that's body abuse. People abuse their bodies so much. And then sometimes you see people sleeping in the gym, working out, doing this because they don't want to lose weight. Losing weight is not the answer. You might have a little bit of flesh, like me. You might have a little bit of flesh. So when I'm unhealthy eating, I'm not talking about weight. I'm talking about healthy living. I'm very active. I can run up and down. When I start walking here, you'll be pursuing me because I'm very fast and my body is very light. I'm not aiming to be slim. That is not the point. You can be slim and you're not healthy. So the important thing to aim for is health, healthy living. That's why I never use the word diet. Somebody will tell you, no, I won't have that. I'm on diet. I'm like, what does that mean? What does diet? What does that mean? I'm on diet. Can anybody explain to me what it means when somebody say I'm on diet? Because I don't understand it. What does that mean? Has it got a meaning? You have to have healthy living for the rest of your life. Diet, when people say they're on diet, they'll tell you within 3 months, I lost 20 kg. Seriously? Well done. But I don't envy you. Because that is not the right way to lose weight. It should be your way of life. Helen is 30. The next 10 years, you'll be 40, you'll be 50, you'll be 60, you'll be 70, 80, and above. The same lifestyle you're living now, Helen, at the age of 30, you continue. The only thing is that you're going to even improve. Because as we get older, like myself, you realize that there are things that you don't actually need. But at your young age now, just like my son, who's your age, there are things I'll be telling him, yeah, mom, yes, yeah, yeah. But he thinks that let me just enjoy my life. I say, okay, son, you can, but not to the detriment of your health. Make sure that you don't overdo it. So I don't expect people like yourself, Helen, who is only 30, less than half my age, and I'll come here and be telling you, don't do this, don't do that. No, it has to be gradual. For example, if you're the type that drink juice every day, for argument's sake, cut it down to every other day. Yeah? From every other day, cut it down to 3 times a week. From 3 times a week, cut it down to 2 times a week. From 2 times a week, once a week. And I'm talking about over months, not even weeks, over months. This cut down will be over months. And eventually, it will become your lifestyle. And you will not miss anything. Honestly, there's nothing now I will tell you that I'm missing if I don't have it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because I've seen it all. I've eaten it all. And there's nothing I can say. And I know what is good for me now and what is not good for me. So I'm not missing anything. Eating dinner. Oh my God, it's how you leave her alone. That is like, it's like I'm looking at her and talking. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I know these things because I have children. I have one your age. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. So what I'm doing and what I'm saying, sometimes he will lie like, oh, mom. Sometimes he'll visit and he'll open the fridge. What has you and dad, what have you been eating? Where is this? Where is that? I'm like, son, we can go to the shop and you can pick whatever you want. This is how we eat. We can't be eating like you. You know, he will be like, why are you eating? Yeah, we're going to the shop, mom. We're going to the shop. So we enter the car, we'll go to the shop. And there are things you want to buy, even at this your age, Helen, as things you want to buy. And I'm like, no, we're not buying that. Or he'll say, mom, I live on my own. Is it because I visited? Do you know what I eat outside there? I say, well, he said, well, no, I don't really, because I know you've been teaching me these things. I don't really, but can we just get that? And I say, oh yeah, of course. I'll buy whatever. Because he's only there to visit, maybe for the weekend, and he'll go back to his base. So those things that he has been taught, he knows what to do and when to do it. And if he chose not to do it, it's up to him. He's an adult. I can't be running around him now at that age. Is it because he's not yet married like his brothers? So I can't be doing that. But you have to start on time to guide them. And he knows when he was with us, because he was the last one to leave home, He knows what we eat and how we eat. And I always say to him, remember, do this, do this, do this. He will be saying, yes, Mom, I'm trying my best. That's all you can do. So Helen, so leave me alone. You're hitting the nail directly on my head. Oh my goodness. Yes, this thing sometimes is like a wake-up call. We have to do these wake-up calls just to say to ourselves, I say call yourself meeting. You don't need anybody else to tell you, honestly. You can speak to yourself. You can look yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, I don't like what I'm seeing. I really don't like what I'm seeing in that mirror. Who is that in the mirror? I need to do something about this, be that, be that, be. Just speak to yourself. Don't let others tell you. Others don't even have any right to tell you about how you look, or, oh yeah, I think you're adding some weight, and I think you're losing. Who is talking about weight and losing and all that nonsense? People will just do this so that people can see them and say, oh, you've lost some weight. No. Anything you do is for you. It's for you, not for others to compliment you. Yeah, you're looking slimmer. And you're looking this. People think it's all about slim. There are loads of slim people who are not healthy. And there are loads of people who have a little bit of flesh like us who are very healthy and very health conscious. So that's what we should be aiming at. Eat what you want to eat, but sometimes say to yourself, today, this is all I'm going to have. Lay those things you're going to have and don't eat. If you can, I'm going to end this live stream now because I've spent an hour. I just want to spend an hour talking about this quick health talk. But I'm going to leave this last message saying that if you don't take anything away from this short health discussion tonight, take the fact that you have to portion your food. You don't have to overeat. What you put in your plate is what you eat. Don't go back for more. Wait after 15 to 20 minutes and then have a drink. And if possible, have warm drink. Even if you live in a hot country, don't take it from the freezer. All those frozen, you see some people, the water is all blocked and they're drinking it, thinking that, oh, it's too hot, it's good for me. After food, maybe later on, you can have that cold one, but after food, 15, 20 minutes after food, just have something, even if it's not warm, if it's just room temperature water, have it, and later on, you can have your cold water, whatever, if you're still drinking cold water. For me, whether after food or anytime, I don't drink water from the fridge. Even when I travel to Nigeria, where it's very hot, when I'm drinking it, people will be looking at me thinking, oh my God, I'm used to it. Whatever you're used to, your body gets used to as well. That's the thing. Whatever you're used to, your body gets used to it. So that's not a problem. So that's one thing to take away from today. And the last thing I'm going to say before I end the stream is, no matter the country where you are at, once is 6 p.m. if possible. I know some people say to me, oh, Mom, if we go to work, by the time we come back from work, it's around 8 p.m. Some people will tell you 9 p.m. And I say, so you come back at that time. Oh, when you come back, I'm so tired and I really need to eat. And okay, fine. But what do you eat? African people and fufu are 5 and 6. They will start eating, oh God, what's in my eyes? They will start eating fufu by that time of the night. Okay, you come back late. If you have to have something before you sleep, why not have something very light? Why not take your evening meal and have it at work at 6 p.m. so when you now come back at that your 9 p.m., all you have to do is to eat a piece of fruit. People don't know that fruit is food. People say that they need breakfast. Breakfast, it says break fast. Just to break your fast, you can have a piece of apple, one banana, whatever else. That is food. That you have broken your fast. That's your morning food. Then you go, what you eat properly is lunch. Make sure you have good lunch because you have time to work it out. And then towards evening, by 6 p.m. latest, you've had your evening meal, whatever you want to have, but still light. Your evening meal should be light. But if you can, eat by 6 p.m. But if you have to, because of your work, that you come back at 6 or at 8 or 9, and you're really tired and you're really hungry, then plan ahead. and take something with you if it's possible. I don't know where the person work. I can say these things because I work from home. I don't go anywhere to work. I work from home. So it's so easy for me to plan my life and my meals. Nothing goes into my stomach after 6 p.m. I don't even feel hungry. Some people say that if they eat at 6, that in the night they'll wake up, their stomach will be rumbling. Mine doesn't, because I'm used to it. That is how I've trained my stomach. I don't have anything. If I really, after 6 p.m., I really want anything into my stomach, it has to be either one avocado pear or apple. You know, in UK here, there's this saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So there's always fruit, and we go for the organic. So I can have a piece of apple or avocado pear. That's the only thing I can have after 6 p.m. But as for main meal, no. Try it, you get used to it. Your body will get used to it, and your body will thank you for it. Okay. That's true. I need to call myself for a meeting. I look me time. Yes, since twins came, seems to forget. Yes, that's what happens, my dear. Oh, twins. I don't know you have twins. Oh no. I need to share my WhatsApp with you so you can show me twins. Are they identical? I love twins. I do, my most senior sister had twin boys years ago, obviously, but they're not identical though. I love twins, especially when they're identical. I always say to moms or parents, how do you identify? How do you know who is who? But obviously, parents, they will know who is who. But yeah, I love twins so much. Oh, I didn't know that you have twins. Yeah. So, my dear, what am I saying? Yes, call yourself meeting. And call yourself meeting and say to yourself, this is what I've got to do. But when you have young children, let me just be honest with you now, Helen. It's not that simple when you have young children, especially with food, because sometimes when they don't finish their food, you want to finish, you don't want to trash it. When they don't finish it, you want to have it. I used to call myself dustbin when my children were growing up, because I would not want to waste it. I'll wait for sometimes I'll wait for them to finish eating, and then I'll eat, because I know that they're not going to finish, or they're going to have some leftover things like that. I must say, I have to be very honest with you now. When you're raising up children, it's not as easy as it is for me now. All you can do now is just try, my dear. With those twins, it's difficult for you to really keep at things the way you want them to be. I have to be very honest. Just do your best now. But as they grow, as they get older, you can start, packaging yourself better. But for now, just do your best. Don't even try to overdo anything now, because those children, they need to be looked after, and you don't want to stress yourself thinking, oh, healthy eating, oh, do I do this or do I not do that? No. But the one you can try is not to eat later in the night, yes. But as for other things, and also put in some exercise if you can. My own exercise is walking. I have my Fitbit here, and it's set at 10K, but most of the time, let me even see what I've done so far today. Yeah, it's 10.3 now, and it's only 6 p.m. here in the UK. Before night time, it might get up to 12. Yes, I usually get up to 12, 13 every day, but it's 10.3 today, because I've been at the back garden, and I've also gone for a walk. So that's my own type of exercise, and that is more than enough. You don't have to go to the gym. People say, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym. The children, I don't have time. No, 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 you don't have to go to the gym. If you want to go to the gym, all well and good, but you don't have to. Walking has been, according to research, walking is a very good form of exercise. Yeah. So if you can put in walking, and because I have Fitbit, I've had Fitbit for years, it actually helps me to know when to move. Because if I sit down for too long, my Fitbit will beep. That means it's time for you to move around. It's fine to me to go, because I work from home. I speak to clients. I'm sitting down. Once I finish with my first one, do the report, I'm out there at the back garden. I'll walk for about 10 minutes, before my next client. That's the beauty of working from home. I'll walk around for 10-15 minutes before I'll do my next call. That's how I work. Because when you work from home, you have to be intentional. Some people work from home and that's when they add all the weight. That's when they are so sluggish. That's all. But for me, I'm very intentional. I know that I work from home and I have to plan these things. If not, working from home can be disastrous to our health because we are just there. From where you're walking to the kitchen, you get something from the kitchen. No, working from home has not affected me because I plan it in advance. They're turning 2 years. Oh, so good. No, they're still babies. They're still babies. So just do what you can at this stage. Just do what you can at this stage, but just gradually be cutting things down. But as I say, eating, the portion is very important. Okay, my dear, thank you, Helen, for being with me for the last 1 hour, 10 minutes, because you joined me as soon as I joined. As soon as I joined. Did you hear that English? Oh, God. God help Grandma. You joined me as soon as I started, not as soon as I joined. Yeah. And I appreciate that. And other people that have been and joined us, like Dimma and some of the people like Side Quest, and the other person that left a lovely comment. Yes. Thank you so much, everyone. And that person that left a nonsense comment that I took out of the place, I hope they will go and think twice about coming to live stream to talk nonsense. Okay. Thank you. Yes, Afterlife Studios was the one that dropped the nice comment earlier on as well. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Helen. And have a good evening. It's now just after 6 p.m. in the UK. I think you're 2 hours ahead of us in Kenya. Are you 2 hours ahead of us? Yeah, something like that. I don't know what the time is there, but anyway, it's after 6 in the UK. Look at the weather. Look at that sunshine behind me. This is what we see in summertime. Wait until we enter October. Last Sunday in October, the clock will go back or forward. I always can't remember. Anyway, the clock will change last Sunday in October. That is when the British winter time starts. And at that time, 4 p.m. is very dark. There's no way I can be doing outdoor live stream. That's why I'm happy that I'm still able to do the live stream outdoors now. So I'm going to be doing this for as long as I can until the clock changes in October, when the weather changes as well. Then we can all go inside. But for now, it's fantastic. Seeing sunshine after 6 p.m. and so on. It's just so beautiful to see. So, my dear, bye, and thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate that so much. And for everyone that will rewatch this video, I hope you learn one or two. Yes, it's 8:15. Okay, yes, you are 2 hours. I know that. Thank you so much for all the knowledge. Thank you, my dear, for everything and for being here. Blessings in abundance. Yes, to you too, my dear. Thank you so much. Regards to your family, regards to those lovely cuties. I appreciate your support. Okay? Bye, my dear. I'm signing off now. How do I turn this off now? Let's see how we turn this off.